Imagine this. You're alone in the silence of your mind, and suddenly, a thought flashes like lightning. A voice, clear yet not your own, whispers something inexplicable. Is it intuition, madness, or something far older, far stranger? Friedrich Nietzsche once warned, God is dead, but what if the divine never left? What if it simply retreated into you? Here's the paradox. You believe your thoughts are yours alone, yet they arrive unbidden, shaped by forces beyond your control. Ancient instincts, buried traumas, the echoes of dead philosophers, all whispering in your skull. Who, then, is really speaking? And if God speaks through your mind, how would you even know? The terrifying truth: you wouldn't. You'd mistake it for yourself. This is the great deception and the beginning of everything. The mind is not a temple, it's a battleground. Beneath the surface of your conscious thoughts, something far more primal is at work. Nietzsche called it the will to power, Jung named it the shadow, and Schopenhauer saw it as the blind, ceaseless churn of desire. These forces don't just influence you, they inhabit you, speaking in a language older than reason. Why does this happen? Because the mind is not a singular ruler, but a fractured chorus. Society, religion, and fear have conditioned you to label certain thoughts as yours and others as intrusions. But what if the most unsettling voice, the one that shakes your deepest convictions, is not an invader, but a forgotten part of yourself? A fragment of the divine, or worse, the abyss staring back? You've been taught to fear madness. But what if madness is just truth, unfiltered? This silent war of voices doesn't just haunt you, it shapes you. Every choice, every belief, every moment of doubt is a battleground you never see. Cognitive biases twist your perception like a funhouse mirror, while cultural conditioning whispers what you should think, burying the raw. Unfiltered truth under layers of borrowed meaning. Consider this. The most dangerous ideas are not the ones society forbids, but the ones it never lets you notice. Your mind, trained to filter and conform, edits out revelations before they reach your awareness. Nietzsche saw this as the greatest tyranny, the internal censorship, where you police your own thoughts without realizing it, the consequence. A life half lived, guided by echoes rather than your own voice. And the tragedy? You might never know what was stolen from you. But what if you could listen, truly listen, to the whispers beneath the noise? The first act of rebellion is not to speak, but to listen. Not to the sanitized narratives of culture, but to the raw, unchained voices within. Nietzsche demanded we become who we are. But how? By shattering the illusion of a single, coherent self. Start here. When a thought frightens you, lean in. What if that irrational impulse isn't chaos, but a deeper logic? What if the voice you dismiss as madness is the one telling the truth? History's greatest iconoclasts, from mystics to philosophers, didn't silence their inner dissent. They amplified it. This is the paradox of liberation. To find yourself, you must first lose the fiction of control. Let the thoughts come. Question them, rage against them, but never look away. The divine, or the abyss, speaks in the cracks of your certainty. Now, the real question: do you dare answer? Here is the revelation that changes everything. You are not the thinker, you are the listener. The mind is not a solitary monarch, but a storm, and God is not some distant judge, but the lightning in the chaos. Nietzsche's warning was never about divinity's death. It was about its disguise. The sacred did not vanish. It went underground, into the pulse of your instincts, the whispers of your doubts, the terrifying clarity of your unmet desires. This is the ultimate freedom, to stop fearing the voices and instead wrestle with them. To know that every thought, no matter how heretical, is a fragment of a truth too vast for any one mind to hold. The divine was never silent. It was waiting for you to stop pretending you were alone. Now, what will you do with what you've heard?